practical effects, and he's done a lot of that, and people just don't really respond to it. But when he does this angry video game nerd character, it's enormously successful, and so it's like, yeah, that's too bad, dude, but like, I don't get to be what I want, nor am I successful at something that I don't want to do. And I think that's the situation that most people are in, so I really can't feel too bad that, you know, AVGN can have a career based on comedic review videos, but maybe he'll never be like a successful filmmaker. Or maybe he will. You know, that'd be great. Maybe I will. But, yeah, as a first run at it, and as like precedent for things like this in the future, does not bode well. Stick to what you're good at is pretty much, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what kind of like pressures were going into this. I mean, it was written with like a buddy of his like a long time ago, and maybe they were just kind of conforming to that too much, and maybe not editing that script as much as like whatever the budget of this thing would kind of demand. I mean, it seems like they were just satisfied with something that was, you know, at the level of like, it's competent. I mean, it's there, but there's nothing really clever or creative or interesting in the whole movie, and it doesn't look very good, and it doesn't feel very good, and it just, I mean, the whole time I was watching it, I was like interested to see what was happening in a way, but I mean, I was bored. I was bored watching that movie. And that really sucks. That sucks. Bummer. AVGN movie sucks. Hopefully, you know, watch the movie. Definitely watch the movie. Give some money back to this. It's a really interesting, like, social experiment. You know, this is not Hollywood. This is like a guy who got to make a movie, and that's super cool. So yeah, I mean, I think you should support this. And if you like it, great. I thought it was really bad. And just so you know, I've made a movie that was equally bad. It's called Going with the Flow, and I made it in Missoula, and I didn't have $500,000. It's like maybe took $1,000 or $2,000 all told to make. And yeah, it feels very similar. It just, the writing's not there. It's just not written at a industry standard level. You know, it's people spend their whole lives writing scripts, and if you haven't written a bunch and you're not a skilled, talented writer, you probably won't come up with anything that's really good, and you'll think it's really good. You'll look at your own script and you'll think it's like, oh, there's Joss Whedon, but that's just Dunning-Kruger. You know, try and sell that thing in a studio, and you'll see, like, it's hard to do. It's hard to do. There's a reason why people are experts at that and do only that with their life. And if you think you can write a script that would be a compelling movie, give it a try. You know, show it to a studio, because lots of confusion. People don't realize how bad their writing is until they really see it rendered, and 9 times out of 10 you're not going to see 99 out of 100, 9,999 out. It just is big. The tiniest fraction are the ones that are made into films, bad films. But yeah, largely they're just, people write scripts and they think they're really good, and that Brad Pitt should play the protagonist, and et cetera, and they're mediocre. It actually is hard to write a good movie. So yeah, those are my thoughts on that. And I mean, if anything, I would love to support the Cinemassacre efforts and everything, and I'm all about that. But I just have to be honest, as a critic, there was just no charm, very little appeal. There were a couple moments, but it's not worthwhile. It's just a bad movie. But I'd love it if you. I think you should, you know, watch Angry Video Game Nerd and, you know, all this stuff on his website, because it's really good. But, you know, just dodge away from the movie. The movie's not very good.